I just lint rollered that, please. I do try to clean the sheet before I do my recordings, but Ian has other plans. Thanks, cat. Hello and welcome to today's video. It is Haul Time. I'm quite excited. It is the first video I have filmed post-collection tour. I took a little bit of a break. And I'm so excited. I have so many videos I want to film. I keep talking about how many videos I want to film, and I'm just going to try and work my way through it. So as usual, my December hauls end up being a bit crazy. I know I tend to do crazy hauls anyway. My December hauls usually the worst because I take most of the month off, which gives me more time to look up deals or go places, basically. About half these volumes were already in the collection tour, and I talked about them a little bit. Basically, when I do my collection tour, I pick a date, and from that point, no more manga goes on the shelves. So some of these volumes were already on the shelves because I got them very early December, and some of these I got them later December and they weren't on my shelves. The ones that were already on my shelves, I'll go through a little quicker, but a lot of the ones I got before, I got on good deals or from Yen Press. I want to talk about them a little bit, mostly like prices and stuff, my thoughts, especially on the Yen Press ones, but I'm wanting to focus on the ones that weren't in the collection tour, so I'm not just repeating myself. There's so much to get through. I did not realise until I was making my stacks, and they're all terrifyingly tall. We have 6 stacks to go through. But we do have some big chunks of series, so it might not be too bad. We'll see if my voice holds out. I do have my nice big bottle of water, and we'll see if that keeps me going. And the cat's fighting under the desk. Into it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for lots of manga content. If you're interested in early access, check out my channel memberships. It's 99p a month. I'm looking to do some more stuff with memberships, probably by tying it into the Discord, giveaways or something. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out. And if you see something I picked up on Sci-Fi and you're interested in picking it up yourself, remember to use code CAKETINS for 10% off your order. Code CAKETINS for 10% off your order. I don't know if I should get one of those tablecloths where it hooks under the leg so it stretches, because this one crumples a lot and the cats play under it and that makes it way more messy. Not sure, I'll look into it. First off, we have 15 minutes before we really date volume 1, and this was sent to me by Yen Press. Though I did also order it from Sci-Fi, and I'm not sure why Sci-Fi sent me 2 copies, but never mind, we'll do a giveaway with those regardless. But, so yes, I got a volume from Yen Press and a volume in my Christmas order from Sci-Fi, plus another one for some reason. I actually didn't finish reading this before I put it on my shelves for my collection tour. I got about halfway through. It was kind of just a cute romance between childhood friends who are let's actually start dating, and it was really lovely to read. It's quite thin though, and I really did gun through the half I read quite quickly, so maybe it's a sale kind of series. So next we got some 7th Time Loop. We have volume 4 of the manga and volume 4 of the light novel actually. This one, as you can see, was got on sale in Forbidden Planet London. This is also picked up in Forbidden Planet London. So I went to London twice over Christmas, so I have got a whole chunk of volumes from there. Look at the lights reflecting. Never mind, at least you can see the volumes, right? I like this one. It isn't an isekai, it's a back in time, and yeah, it's a good read. I enjoy it. Hence why I started picking up some light novels for Ben, though he might be the only one he has, so he'll be mad at me. Next we have Akane Banashi, Volume 3. I feel like I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but I'm not too sure. I think I haven't seen anyone else everyone seems to love the series. I'm mixed feelings about it. I think it's okay. I'm not blown away. I just think reading about Rakugo has been not as interesting to me as potentially seeing it performed. Not saying I have seen it performed, but when I see when I see videos of it, I seem to enjoy it more than I have done reading it, so I'm hoping it's just me, and it does make me want to try and see some in person. Just a shame. But I like the gradient on the spine. I do love gradients. Mika. Next we have After the Rain Volume 2, and this was a Christmas present! So basically, on Instagram, there was a Manga UK Secret Santa dealeroonie. Do not lick the volumes, cat. Do not lick the volumes. They do not need cleaning. Where was I? Yes, we did a Manga UK Secret Santa, and my Secret Santa sent me Volume 2 of After the Rain, and also kitty socks. 2 pairs of kitty socks, and this Komi acrylic. How adorable is this? Not gonna lie, I cried when I opened it. And some sweets, but they're long gone. Look at this. Legit, I like burst into tears. I was so sad. Not sad. I was happy. Why did I say sad? I was happy, not sad. The opposite of sad. Joyous, jubilant. So my secret Santa was Dragon Ball Zoe, and if you've not checked out her YouTube channel, be sure to do so. And especially go and give her props. Can we just say a massive well done to her for getting a volume I do not own. That is such a feat and of accomplishment. I am so insanely impressed. I was so nervous about the whole thing. I was almost like, you don't have to, whoever has me, you don't have to get me manga. Literally, just some fun bits or whatever, because getting me manga with how much I've got and how quickly I pick stuff up is terrifying. And yeah, afterwards she was like, I tried to open your spreadsheet and it crashed, and I was like, I'm so sorry. It is a beast. It is disgusting and horrific, and I'm so sorry. But yes, shout out for getting me a volume I don't have. I will tag her below, or whatever you do on YouTube. I can't remember, but thank you. Much love, which I realize is going to be upside down. Do I do it the other? Is that a heart? Yeah! I've been saving the socks until I film this, and I'm going to go wear them. Next we have Alice in Borderland 8, picked up in Forbidden Planet, London, unsurprisingly. Thought I had, like, this has been in and out of my basket a bunch the past couple of weeks. I really, really want to read it, but I'm almost umming about Volume 9 is going to be the last one if I just wait and then I can read them together, because I have really, really enjoyed this series and I don't want any more cliffhangers at this point. There's only one more left. It comes out in a few months. I don't think we have too long left. I want to say April maybe, which just feel like it's maybe a long time, but with how much I have to read, I feel like I won't notice. Amy's Big Brother is a one-shot sent from Yempress. I wasn't a big fan. It was talking about teen angst and relationships, and I feel like I'd have maybe enjoyed it if I was in that age range, but as a now 28-year-old, it was just a bit cringy to read, I suppose. It is full colour, but it is just, yeah, just, I was reading like, oh no, please don't do that. Oh no, children these days. Arakara Under the Bridge, Volume 5, already in the tour. Got it in the sale section in Leeds, $3.99. So yeah, crazy cheap. Only one I have of the series. I love these dinky, chubby, vertical volumes. I absolutely adore them. This has been one on my hit list, so I need to go find some more now. Arifureta 10, this is the main series. This was... where did I get this one? Actually, I was trying to remember where all these different things were, and I was like, I've got some Forbidden Planet, I've got some Forbidden Planet sale, I've got some World of Books, I've got some Sci-Fi for my Christmas order. I actually think I made a Blackwell's order. I think there was some stuff on Blackwell's that was crazy cheap, $3.99, $4.99, and I think this was one of them. Yes, I'm fairly sure. This tends to pop up on sale, to be fair. I have a fair few volumes of this and a couple of the spin-offs. None of them I've paid even 3 for 2 price, I want to say. Ben loves the light novel a lot, so that's why I've been trying to collect more, but I've not read very far in yet. Attack on Titan Before the Fall 12, gotten on World of Books, probably for like £4 or £5 maybe. It's not in too bad condition. It definitely feels red. It's a bit like battered on these corners here, and especially on the back. It's starting to get a little more trickier to find the series. Not horrendously so though. I still see it on Sci-Fi. I still see them in some stores. It depends which store you go to. I'm not many off collecting the rest of this now though. I've started predominantly getting it secondhand, so I'm kind of waiting to see if I can get the rest secondhand. I am only missing I think 4 volumes maybe. Backstabbed in a Backwater... oh dear, right, okay. Backstabbed in a Backwater dungeon, my trusted companions tried to kill me, but thanks to the gift of unlimited gacha, I got level 9999 friends, and I'm out for revenge on my former party members and the world. Volume 4. I feel like I've gotten better at reading that really aggressively and fast. Is there a cat under the table? There is. I just kicked her. I am so sorry, cat. It's okay. She's punched my foot back. I think she thinks it's a game. This is not an isekai, just fantasy. It's very silly and dumb. It has a wonderful gimmick. I think it needs to play on the gimmick more. Volume 2 kind of just sort of didn't really use the gimmick much and it got a bit boring. So I need the gimmick to come back, because that was the only thing that really made it good, to be fair. Beauty and the Beast, Volume 9, another volume I think I got cheap on Blackwell's, because I was like, I don't think I got this from World of Books. I think it was Blackwell's for $5.99 maybe. It's a Square Enix series, so it's a bit more pricey, unfortunately. They tend to start at $13.99 and then go up. Apart from maybe a smaller volume, but even then. It's about food. There is a bit of a questionable relationship, but I see a lot of people say it's wholesome and plays out nicely, so I have some hopes, I suppose, for that. It is complete at, I want to say, like 11 volumes maybe, so there isn't actually that much left to come out. Black Knight Parade Volume 1. Now, this is actually a Christmas themed volume, and, you know, I read this Christmas Eve going into Christmas Day. Like, I was sat upstairs, ready for bed, sat down, read over midnight, and I was reading this volume, and it was just so immersive and having, like, the Christmas feels and lights and stuff. It was just so nice. It is about a guy who's been bad and has been sent off to work for Shadowy Santa Claus in Black, and is in charge of handling the bad children. I quite liked it, though I feel like with the volumes coming out throughout the year, I almost want to not read them until Christmas time for the vibes. It'd feel weird because I think the next volume comes out like April, May time. I don't want to be reading a Christmas volume then, so I'll probably just save them for December. But I did quite like it. It's nice having some Christmas themed manga, especially with how much I love Christmas. Blade of the Moon Princess Volume 2. I did not realise that this series completed at 5 volumes till after I finished Volume 1, which bums me out a little bit because the story feels like it's setting up something much bigger than can be wrapped up in just 5 volumes. Hey ho, maybe I'm just being a bit of a negative Nelly. Nancy? Is it Nelly or Nancy that's negative? Anywho, it is the same mangaka as Spy Family, which is why I think a bunch of their series has started getting physical English prints recently, because of Spy Family and its hypiness. I'm not sure this one's really hit the hype for me yet, though. I'll finish the series and then give, like, final thoughts, I think. Blue Box Volume 7. Still not read much further into Blue Box after the first couple of volumes. It's just sort of a high school rom-com, I guess. Slice of life. It was okay. I see, like, 2 quite differing opinions of it's amazing, it's wonderful, and it doesn't fill me with confidence. Blue Exorcist 28. I really did go on a bit of a Viz binge pickup when I was in London. I was a bit nervous, to be fair, because we've just about hit the price increases. Now this one is still $7.99. It seems like volumes that came out in December, there were a couple that had the $8.99 pricing. For the most part, they were still $7.99. I do have a couple that were $8.99 in the stack, which I will get to, obviously. But so because of that, I kind of was like, seen some places online already start to adopt the $8.99 pricing. So while these are all $7.99, I'm gonna sweep a whole load up. This is not the worst series to pick up a bunch because they are one of the cheaper publishers, thankfully. As we have Blue Lock 10. I really, really love Blue Lock. I really enjoyed this volume. I actually kind of like how it ended up. It was kind of what I hoped would happen, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Once again, still not a fan of football, but love Blue Lock. That's like my go-to for everyone. They're like, I don't really like... I've had a few people say, oh, I don't like football. Should I try Blue Lock? Yes, do it, because it doesn't feel like you're reading or watching football. It just feels like a battle action power-up sort of deal, Rooney. And so we have Bungo Stray Dogs. Bungo Stray Dogs Dazai Chuya age 15 volume 1. This was given to me by Yen Press, however I have held off reading it because I have not read any Bungo Stray Dogs yet, and I don't want to start with a side story or a prequel. I'm not sure where it's set. Before you come for me saying you should read it, I know, I'm trying to collect it, they're just a little tricky to find. I think I have like 6 volumes from the main series and a couple from side stories, and I know it's like in the 20s, but I'm not going to pay crazy prices, especially with how many volumes there are to collect, so I'm just taking it slowly. I see them sometimes in sale sections or secondhand. I'll slowly build it up and then I can read through it all together along with all the side stories, because there seems to be a lot. Also, I hadn't realised there were light novels. There are a lot of light novels as well. I will be avoiding this one for now, even though it was gifted, just because I haven't touched the main series. And we have a chunk of a series. Will it fit on the camera? Oh, it will, mostly. We have Cage of Eden 2, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I actually realise it's 10 to 20, and then 2 and 5. All of these were gotten in the Forbidden Planet Leeds sale section. They were £3.50 with 3 for 2 done on top of that. I think it completes at 20, maybe, or 21. And it's most of the series, and later volumes tend to be a lot more difficult in series in general to pick up than earlier ones. So I was like, why not? We got colourful spines, they're pretty cheap, let's go for it. It was a bit unfortunate. I'd gone with friends for dinner and we just made a pit stop in Forbidden Planet because I needed to pick something up from my Manga Secret Santa. And then I looked at the sale section and it was beautiful, and that's where I went a bit crazy, and there's a lot of volumes from that one trip, and they very much did take the piss out of me because we had to go get another basket. Many thanks to the staff that rang me up. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry I had to do that. That is 1 stack down. 5 more to go. Call of the Night 12 and 13. So 13 I got in from London. 12 I actually bought secondhand from World of Books for like £3.50. I've not been like amazingly blown away by this series, so I kind of held off picking up new releases for a while because I just wasn't that bothered and wasn't staying up to date with reading it. And Viz volumes of all the publishers are like the most likely to pop up secondhand in my experience. So I was quite happy to see the secondhand, I guess. It is a little battered, but I don't mind considering I paid a bit less. I believe the series is also complete now. I'm not sure how many volumes it will be complete at. A Cat from Our World and The Forgotten Witch, Volume 1. This is a new release. I picked it up in London and I left a sticker on it. I really, really liked this volume. It was cute and lovely and it had a giant cat in it. How can I not love it? It was a bit sad. It's about a woman who is a witch who lives on the edge of town, and she's not treated very well because she is a witch. And she ends up summoning a cat to be her familiar. This guy, and we learn a bit more about their relationship and stuff. It is a little sad, but there's a giant cat, so we like it because it's got a giant cat. I also really like the mint colour. I like this cover a lot. Cherry Magic 2, 4, and 7. I was going to say I'm finally up to date, but no, I think it's on like 10 or 11. I would have been up to date like a year or so ago, but I lost track. But I did manage to fill gaps, so I do have a clear run, which is exciting. One of these I got from World of Books, one of them I found on a random second-hand seller on Amazon, and the other I got from Blackwell's. Volume 2 and 4 have been more tricky to find. I think I paid £6 for one of these and £7 for the other. They are second-hand. This one has some like marks on it that I couldn't get off easily. And then, yeah, this one I think was like crazy cheap on Blackwell's. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like $5.99, $6.99 or something. I really want to read it because everyone keeps suggesting it to me, especially after Bean Counter, but I didn't want to only read Volume 1 and not have Volume 2 because I would have lost my mind if I felt the same way about this that I did about Beans. So now I can at least read 7 volumes and then just cry at the prices of volumes 8 to 10, I guess. A Chinese Fantasy, Lord of the Fox. Technically it's Volume 2, but they don't seem to be putting numbers on these. I've read Volume 1 and I actually quite liked it. I can't remember exactly the subtitle, but it's to do with a dragon. And yeah, it's just sort of tellings of Chinese folktales, really. But it's really pricey. It was $13.99 RRP, and even in the 3 for 2, nope, not doing that. So I was quite happy to see it in the sale section for £7, because it's still like a new volume, just it's £7. Cinderella Closet 3 and 4. I think that might now bring me up to date. Though with how long it took me to pick these up, I wouldn't be surprised if 5 is now out or imminently out. I actually have only read, I think I've only read my first volume, and I now have up to Volume 4. It is complete at like 8 or something. It's not a long series. I think I might wait till I have them all and read them together. It's my general preference for more slice-of-lifey series. Dark Moon Volume 1. Now, Yempress did send me a copy, but I did also buy my own. I can't remember if this is mine or Yempress's. I don't remember which one I got first. I think I got Yempress's first. Any duplicates I've gotten from Yempress, I have a stack for a giveaway. I've just been putting off filming the giveaway just like I've been putting off filming everything recently. So there have been 3 different Ise Press titles centered around idol groups, and this is, I think, the last one to release of the 3. Of the 3, this one has been my favourite. It is vampire boys at a boarding school, and they all seem to suddenly fall in love with the main character. It feels so much like I'm reading a fanfiction. I mean, I don't know anything about these idol groups, it's just not something I've really gotten into before for any particular reason. So all these like names and faces don't really mean anything to me, but I of the 3, this has been my favourite because it is like a really it's like a wonderful self-insert fanfiction, and I'm here for it so badly. Can't wait for the next one. It's probably going to be a few more months though. Demon Slayer Kimetsu Academy Volume 1. I'm assuming this is just a chibi SD set of stories based on the Demon Slayer characters, kind of like how we have the Sasuke Sharingan Legend and Rock Lee and his ninja pals. We have this for Demon Slayer. I always love these so much. They're just so nice to read and light-hearted. They're not like intense, they're just fun. And sometimes that's just all you need to read. Unfortunately, this was the first volume I picked up with the new price bracket, which was a right bummer. Fortunately though, for some reason in Forbidden Planet London, when they scanned it, it went through at $7.99, so a little less of a bummer. I was quite happy with that. Actually, it was the same for all the $8.99 volumes, so I ended up not having to buy any $8.99 volumes, mostly on my trip to London. Again, I'll explain when I get to some volumes. Volumes 8, 9, and 10 of Don't Be Cruel. These were, again, in the Forbidden Planet Lead sale section, and as I said, I went a bit crazy, and anything I was even vaguely interested in, if it was under £5, I just grabbed it. And once again, also 3 for 2. I don't know if it's a harder series to find, I don't know anything about it apart from BL, and I see a lot of people talk about it on Instagram and on the Discord, but I'll find out when I find more. Don't call it Mystery 5/6, so the third Omni. Everyone really loves it. Even when I was paying in Forbidden Planet, they were talking about, the staff behind the checkout were talking about how much they like this series. And I was like, shit, I need to start reading it. Omnis just sort of put me off a little bit because they're a bit more unwieldy to hold. Not really about it takes longer to read, they're just unwieldy to hold, and I usually need to be sat at a desk or something. I can't just hold it in one hand like I usually do. And I'm just really faffy and really easy to put things off. Actually, I have no idea how much this is currently on, like how much it's up to in Japan, how many volumes there are. I got there. Doomsday with My Dog 3. I wasn't massive about volume 1. It made me quite sad, really. So I kind of held off picking more volumes up, though I think I don't have volume 2. But I did see it in the sales section, and it is a full colour, pricey series. I like the doggos, just some of the story bits made me sad. Another sale volume, The Duke of Death and His Maid, volume 4. I got it at £6. Like, I've gotten some random volumes of this series now. I have like 1, 2, 8 and another one. I see them in sale sections, I see them on World of Books. I seem to be slowly picking this series up, not even at 3 for 2 price, accidentally I guess. I see positive reviews, so I'm excited to read it. Eclair Blanche volume... Well, see, this is what confused me. It's not got a number on it, but there are, like, volumes in the series. There's, like, Eclair Blanche, Eclair Orange, Eclair... I'm not sure. There's a few different colours, and there is, like, an order to them, apparently. But they don't have numbers on it, which is a right pain in the backside. I've been wanting to pick these up. They are GL series, I believe, and, yep, on sale. Just going to try and find the rest, I guess, and figure out the order at that point. 2 volumes of Elusive Samurai, volumes 5 and 7 for £4 each, which is about £1.30 cheaper than 3 for 2, which is pretty good. Again, of this series I wasn't massive about from the first couple of volumes I read, so I held, like, it's not like I held off picking it up, I just didn't rush to pick it up like I do some series. But I saw them on sale. If I see them secondhand, I'd probably pick them up as well. I now have 1 to 5 and I'm missing 6, and there's quite a few more out now. I'm quite behind. It's the same mangaka as Assassination Classroom, so I was kind of hoping I'd enjoy it more than I did. Eren Ninja Scrolls Volume 5, sale section. There was actually quite a lot in the sale section, wasn't it? Oh, they're all like clumped together, looking through the stacks. Anywho, I still can't seem to track down Volume 1, which is a bit of a pain considering I have 2 to 5. It's meant to be a right degenerate series. It's plastered up for a reason. It's very gross. So I do look forward to reading it for those reasons when I can find volume 1. Preferably also in the sales section, because I think that all the others were. Next we have Fiancé Chosen by the Ring volume 3, sales section. I have some beef with this volume / Ben. Ben did buy this for me for Christmas last year, and Forbidden Planet didn't post it out, and he never chased about it. For no particular reason. So I couldn't read any further, and I got a bit mad, and on principle I didn't pick it up. And then I saw it in the sales section, and I was like, well, screw you, Ben. And Ben was like, I just buy the damn volume. Fine. Do now have a clear run, because I have volume 4 as well. Fox and the Little Tanuki volume 3. This was one of the volumes from my Christmas Sci-Fi and Manga Monday parcel. There were a few, I think like 10 volumes that got shipped later than the rest of them, so I opened them post-Christmas, I want to say. I am committed to buddy reading this series with Kitsune in the Discord server at some point when I get the rest of the volumes. I'm a bit bummed that most of the spines are brown. One of them was green, and then the rest are brown. As we have Full Moon Volume 5, which I found on World of Books for actually a pretty decent price. I want to say it was like $5.50, which I know it has... Oh my god, does that say $5.99? Oh my god. Una, please don't rub your face on my phone. Alright. Right, so if I were to buy this with the current, well, the old price bracket at $7.99, it's 3 for 2, price is about $5.30. This is very hard to find now, so $5.50 I was quite happy with. It's also in pretty decent nick. I think I'm only missing one volume now from the series, and it's volume 7. $5.99! Oh my god, that makes me so sad. I think I started collecting manga and it was like $6.99. Next we have another, I don't know how I managed it, but like I've got chunks of series that came from the same place, because next we've also got another World of Books, Galgo in volume 10. It's a 10 volume series, and I'm only missing one more volume before I'm complete. It's like volume 4 I want to say, but it was cheap on World of Books. It's pretty decent nick. I think it was World of Books, or is it Blackwell's? I can't remember now. Because they look, half the time World of Books, they look like new. It's hard to tell. Girl in the Arcade Volume 3. I believe this is actually the final volume in this series. I hadn't realised it was so short. I haven't started reading my volumes yet, but at least I can read the full series in one go. Go-Go Loser Ranger Volume 7. Got on Blackwell's for a decent price. I like the colours and the spines. I just need to start reading it, especially that look like bright green that is. I hope the lights don't make it look too aggressively bright. I always worry about lighting in this room. Lighting is like one of the main issues I have, so I've tried like a different way of lighting and I'm worried that I've gone too far and everything's blown out. Gold Kingdom and Water Kingdom, and I think this is a one-shot I got in Forbidden Planet London. Haven't read it yet. I've seen some mixed reviews from people who have read it, so I'm a little nervous about it, but still. I kind of want to do a one-shot reading day where I just spend the day and try and read as many one-shots as I can. Ooh, final volumes on this stack, we seem to have a bunch of series at the bottom of these stacks, is He's My Only Vampire 3 to 10, and it is complete at 10 volumes, so that is almost complete. These were again Forbidden Planet's sales section at $3.99 a volume. It's a bit of a trickier series to find, but I have heard about it, so I decided to grab it. I just need to find volumes 1 and 2 now, which is quite exciting. I think I might have actually already found volume 1 on World of Books. I have a second-hand unboxing that's imminent that I need to record, potentially after this one if my voice is still there, and I'm hoping it's in there. 2 stacks down, we're on the third one. On top we have Heartgear Volume 2. I've still not read my Volume 1. I don't really know anything about it, but I did like the bright, colourful covers. I need to catch up on reading at least my Volume 1s of my Viz. I do like to try and stay on top of my Viz stuff. Then we have Helk Volume 6, which is new. Yeah, I'm still staying up to date on this one, though it's one that I've not been overly fussed about with what I've read, so I might sort of hold back a little because I do see this pop up secondhand quite a lot. It's complete, I want to say 12 volumes, so there's still a little bit to go for a complete series. High School Prodigies Have It Easy Even in Another World Volume 12. Picked up in the Forbidden Planet sales section for £5. I was very happy to see this one because I actually had a gap in the series and this fills that gap, so I now have a clear run, which I mean finding a gap in a sales section is like there's like no better feeling than that. Is an isekai. It starts getting plastic wrapped from volume 3 onwards. Volume 1 and 2 aren't. I still need to find out why. I have started picking up the light novels for Ben. I really like this isekai, so I really do want to try and read some more. Because I like the premise of a whole bunch of different people being isekai'd and they all have like, it's not, their special powers are just they're really good at something. and they're all good at different things, and I liked how they applied their knowledge and stuff in this other world. How heavy are the dumbbells you lift? 10 and 11, both bought on World of Books. These volumes are pricey for what they are, so I only really pick them up secondhand nowadays. I don't know if I'm up to date. I have up to volume 12, but I'm not sure if that's up to date anymore. I don't think it's complete. I do think it's still ongoing. It's a fun series. I like reading it because like they do talk about exercises and getting fit and that sort of thing, which I really should be doing this year. January always often ends up being a bit of a write-off for me because it's my birthday and like going back to work and just getting back into the swing of things. But February's also full of birthdays. It's a fun read. It almost veers on needing plastic wrapping though in some of the parts, but I do like it still. How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend Volume 7. This series is like weirdly hard to pick up. Picked up in the sale section at $3.50. It is weirdly hard to pick up. I'm not entirely sure why. It's complete 8 volumes and I'm now only missing 1 more volume before I'm complete. Unfortunately that is volume 2. So yeah, I can't get particularly far into the series at the moment, which is a shame. Next we have 4 volumes of Ideal Sponge of Life, Volume 8, Volume 10, Volume 12, and Volume 14. It is an isekai. It's an okay isekai. It's not like one of my favourites, but they pop up on World of Books, which is where all of these ones came from. Grabbed a bunch when I saw a bunch. Still missing like Volume 6 or something. I think that's the earliest volume I'm missing, and that for some reason is quite expensive. There's always a random volume in a series that seems to go for way more than anything else. But I think they were all like £5 or $5.50 each. They were pretty decent, and they're all in good nick, to be fair. I'm giving the disgraced noble lady I rescued a crash course in naughtiness. I'll spoil her with delicacies and style to make her the happiest woman in the world, Volume 2. So this was a late Christmas Manga Monday volume from Sci-Fi. I love Volume 1, it was excellent. She's been accused of doing terrible things, but actually she's just being framed, and she ends up getting taken in by this guy. And he is trying to like teach her to be naughty and a bit selfish because her whole life she's had to just be a selfless person and she's only there as like a maid for her family. She's not allowed to eat nice things. So he like goes out and buys a whole bunch of cake or something and he's like, right, be naughty, eat all the cake you want till you feel sick. And she's like, I can't do it. He's like, do it. And it's lovely, it's cute, and more adorable than it looks. It sounds like it's going to be really depraved reading that title. It's really not. It's really, really wholesome, I promise you. I'm in love with the Villainess 4 and 5. I hadn't realised I'd gotten a bit behind with this series. It is a Villainess series, it is an isekai. I'm still unsure like which GL isekai I think is my favourite between this one and Magical Revolution of the Genius Young Lady. This one is cute. Not overly much happens, but it's nice. It's pleasant. I'm Not Succubus Volume 3, bought secondhand on World of Books for £4, I want to say. This is normally a plastic wrap series, but I bought it secondhand, so it is not. Looks fine-ish. I did nearly flip it open, and then I flipped it open to the most disturbing scene, so that was a bad idea. I won't do that again. Next we have Imakoi 8. Imakoi is such a cute series. I'm glad that we do only have 1 more volume left, though. I do think, especially that they've now kind of swapped to talking a bit. They're focusing on another couple, opposed from the initial main couple. They're kind of like, they're happy and set now. Let's talk a bit more about the other one. I like that they've done that, and I hope that like they settle down and then the series wraps up. Because otherwise, it's been a really cute series. I like the communication between the characters, or at least this couple. I like the communication between those two a lot. But I'm a bit sad now. With this and Lovesick Ellie wrapping up, I need to find another high school romance that I really, really enjoy. Insomniacs After School Volume 4. I am very behind on reading this, and I've not read this volume yet. I did initially pick it up because I was like, Astronomy Club. Oh my god, I love astronomy so much. Like, I did a GCSE in it. I love the subject. But it seems to be less about that and more about the relationship between the characters and being a high school student and all that, which is fine. But I think I was just slightly bummed because I hoped there'd be a bit more about the stars and space and all that. Maybe there's more the further in you read, and I just need to keep going. But it's more focused on the relationship, which is fine. It's not like it's bad because of that. Just, I was a little hopeful, okay? As we have Invincible Shovel 5 and 6, another series I hadn't realised I'd fallen so behind on. This series is beautifully insane and mad, and I genuinely don't know how to explain it. It is like a cult for shovels, but it's great. You just have to trust me on it. It's not a good series, but it's good. As in, Does that make sense? It's not good, but it's great. Isolator Volumes 3 and 4, again, Forbidden Planet sale section. This one was 99p. Excellent. I'm not sure if it's complete at 4 volumes. It is based on a light novel. The light novel is the same person who wrote Sword Art Online and I want to say Axel World, maybe? I just need to find my 1 and 2 now. JoJo Part 5 Volume 8 and JoJo Part 6 Volume 1. So I did have a gap. I had Volume 7, up to 7 and 9. I didn't have 8. So I grabbed this and that is a complete run. And I thought, why not? I'll also pick this up because it's new, though it does unfortunately have the new price of £20. £20. I'm not that surprised, to be fair. I did feel it was always a bit crazy that this at $15.99 is the same price of Alice in Borderland, which is not a hardback. So I feel like this being upped in price was like the least surprising of the lot of them. Hey ho. I still need to read my JoJo. I do. I will. I swear. Kaguya-sama 27. I have no idea why, but for some reason I thought this was the final volume and I was like, why would they have this as the final volume cover? Why? And then I looked it up and no, 28 is the final volume. So I am not reading this one until I have 28 and I'm going to read them together. I love Kaguya-sama. It's a series I started reading many years ago. I think it was like volume 6 when I initially caught up with the series. 2017, 2018 times 2019. Oh, pre-COVID basically. And I'm a bit bummed it's coming to an end considering I just love the series. It had a lull, but I've been enjoying the final arc and I feel like it's kind of a whole bunch of stuff wrapped up in 26, so I assume 27, 28 is just like it actually wrapping up, like the final hurrah, this is it. I'm so sad. The Night Blooms Behind Castle Walls Volume 2 sale section. It's a 3-volume series and I got volume 3 I think in Sci-Fi Daily Deals, so then also seeing this in the sale section in London was excellent because now I filled a gap and it's completed a series, which is an even better sale section find, in my opinion. Night on Ice Volume 1 from World of Books. I have picked up a bunch of this series, but they're all the even numbers. I really struggle to find decent priced odd numbers, so I was quite happy to find Volume 1 on World of Books for a good price. So now I have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, so I'm still missing a few, but they're all the odds, apart from Volume 1. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible 10 and 11. Both of them at the same time, maybe? Actually, it might have been different trips. Volume 11 is now, unfortunately, in the $8.99 price bracket. So on my second trip to Leeds, when I picked up some volumes, they did scan through at $8.99. I can't remember if this was on the second trip or not, but volumes on my first trip, which was just before Christmas, the $8.99s were scanned at $7.99, which is... I love the series, it's cute, it's adorable. It is close to wrapping up. I'm not sure if it's 12 or 13 volumes, but we're close. Close. It's very cute. Last Game Volume 3. I haven't read my Volume 2, but I really loved reading my Volume 1, so there just isn't a reason I've not read my Volume 2 yet. It is about sort of... It's similar to Kaguya-sama in that the guy's already in love and is trying to force the girl to confess like it's a game, but she's a bit more oblivious, so it's unclear if she is also in love with him or not already. There's just the relationship is a bit more ambiguous. But he is like quite smitten with her. It's adorable, it's cute, I liked it a lot. My kind of low stakes romance, really. At least I can read 2 volumes together, I guess. And we have Lonely Castle in the Mirror, Volume 1. Got this in Forbidden Planet London. I read it on the train on the way home, actually. I really loved this volume. I didn't know anything about it. Apparently it's been around for a while. There's like a novel and some form of adaptation. I'm not sure if it's anime or live action. So it has been around for a while and it is known. I didn't know anything about it going into it. It is about a group of kids, I suppose, who struggle to go to school and they end up finding themselves in this world through a mirror in their room, and it's sort of a castle and they have like a year to try and find a key to open a door or a chest or something and they'd get a wish of some sort. But they end up sort of going through and just spending time together and it's really nice, and I think I ended up finding myself relating to it way more than I expected because I myself as well at one point during my school years really struggled with bringing myself to go to school. Her reason was due to bullying, mine was not due to bullying, it was due to illness, and there was just almost a point where I've been so sick and going back in, it was hard. It was hard to bring yourself to go in. And I think people assume it's like, oh, you're just lazy, you don't want to go in. It's like, it's not like that. And I felt myself in this book. I felt like I was seen. Again, I wasn't bullied. I was lucky. Everyone was nice, but it was just, I got sick, and it was then hard to, when I wasn't sick, to still bring myself to go in, because I got very anxious basically about the whole thing. Yes, I can't wait to read more, but it got me a bit sad because of all that, but in a good way, I suppose. It was just like, damn, this is like my feelings but on manga form. That almost hurts more than anything. And we have Lord Hades' Ruthless Revenge Volume 1, given to me by Yen Press. I enjoyed this one a lot. I enjoy anything with my gods and mythologies and all that. They're always really fun. I love them, and this is no exception. I was a bit bummed to see that actually this completes at like 3 volumes or something. It's not a very long series, it's short. Maybe not 3, but it's still short. But I still liked it, and I can't wait for more. And it's very pretty, very pretty. That was the 3rd stack, so we are now halfway through. Halfway through, oh my god, we're halfway through. I'm really hungry as well, so if I speed up a little, I'm sorry, I'm hungry. Next we have 3 to 9 of Love at 14, another series gotten in the sale section at $2.99 a volume. I have another couple of volumes already, to be fair. I don't have high hopes for the series because all of them have been bought in sale sections. I really love the cover of this one though, that's nice. I'm just hoping it's a nice, cute romance, kind of like Kubo and Girl I Like Forgot Glasses. I'm hoping it's like those, but I don't really know anything about the series otherwise. Love's in Sight Volume 5 in Forbidden Planet London. Still up to date with the series. I haven't started reading it yet though, sorry. It's one of my Viz must-read soon series, though I think it's actually complete at like 8 volumes, so I might just wait and then read them all together. Manga Diary of a Male Porn Star Volume 4. I love this series so much, but I am always very loath to try and recommend it because obviously it's a bit of a more mature topic. It is like a self-biography of a guy who was in the adult industry in Japan and just sort of things he got up to. I don't know if you can hear my cat crying. She wants me to open every door in the damn house. I'm not doing it, Yuna. And it's just kind of a really interesting read to see about behind the scenes because, I mean, at the end of the day, what they're recording and filming, they're trying to film something for an audience, they're trying to, it's work, it's a job, so it's not always as glamorous as you might think or as it seems. You'll learn a bunch about like camera angles and how things work, and even at the very back does sort of I cut out a lot of stuff and just did an average day. So at the very end he does like, it's a bit boring and mundane, but here's like an average day, and there's a lot of like turning up and filling in the paperwork and stuff like that, and like how they have to take a picture of themselves with their ID before they do the shot, and it's just really interesting, okay? But I was gonna say, it does have sexual content in it, but not like, it's not like reading a Faku or even a plastic wrapped steamship or a ghost ship. It's not like that at all. It's a lot more like, well, you do this, then this, then this, and then do this, and then after 5 minutes do this, and then it's a lot more methodical. I don't know how to like make it not sound weird, but it's still a really good read. If you're okay and into all that, I suppose. If you like don't want to read more adult content, then obviously it won't be your sort of thing. Next we have Mao 13 and 14. I'm still staying surprisingly up to date with this considering I'm not very far in the series, and I'm really sorry about that one. But yeah, this was just part of my picking up as much Viz as I could while it was still $7.99 in London, and it was London, it was Christmas, and I was just going a bit crazy and having a good time. It was great fun. Mashle Volume 14. I like Mashle. It's a shame we seem to be already chugging along towards the end of the series. Hey ho, I do like the dumbness of it. I haven't watched any of the anime yet. Is the anime good? Have people been enjoying the anime? Does it do a justice to the series? I would be interested to know if you have watched it and read it. Miss Kobunashi's Dragon Maid, Kanna's Daily Life Volume 4. I picked up a load of this secondhand on Sci-Fi about a month ago. This one I got on World of Books, $8.99. When was Seven Seas ever $8.99? God, where did this come from? Because I think this isn't like an old volume. Okay, 2019. I have absolutely no idea about when volumes came out. Damn. Mission Yozakura Family Volume 8. I'm also very behind on read this. I'm behind on a lot of Viz, to be honest. I'm not sure I've read a massive amount of Viz the past couple of months. I've read a lot of Yen Press because there's been a lot of isekai coming out of those. I've read a lot of Kodansha and Seven Seas. Yeah, it's just Viz really. Apart from some random odd volumes. I need to get better. My Hero Academia 36. This volume seemed to take a while to come out compared to others. This is another one that was $8.99, but it went through on the receipt as $7.99. Yay! I'm really enjoying what's happening. I like the whole dark and edginess. I do wish we'd had more just like time in the school. I feel like things have gotten quite big and serious and scary quite quickly. I say that once, volume 36. I did decide to save a few volumes to read together because the last volume I read I think was 34 and it had been a while since I read 33 and it just took me ages to get back into the story, so I decided I'd wait for like 2 or 3 and read them together. I haven't decided if I just read these 2 together or wait for a third one. My Hero Academia Team Up Missions Volume 4. I love how many of these there are. When it first came out in Volume 1, it was like there's 2, and I was like, dang, I hope there's going to be more than 2. And there's been 4 so far. I don't know how many. I haven't looked again to see how many there are in Japan. This is just like pairing up random characters to see how they end up in a situation together based on using their abilities to bounce off each other, and I really like it. It's just fun stories with the characters from the main series. It's just a really nice read. My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, Volume 8. Really does not come out very often at all, this series, which is a real shame because I love it. It's been so long since I read Volume 7, I don't even remember at what point in the story we were at, which is one of the biggest issues with big gaps between volumes. This was my first isekai villainess, well, just my first villainess to be fair, and I picked it up because I saw that long title and I was like, yes, I want it, and it sent me down a spiral. It's probably not one of my favourite villainess series nowadays, now that I've like spread my wings and tried so much in the sub genre, but it is still a special series to me. My Poison Princess is Still Cute Volume 1, given to me by Empress. I actually didn't know anything about this before it turned up on my doorstep. I'd not heard of it or anything, but goddamn is it adorable. It is I was going to say it's a 4-coma. It's kind of a 4-coma-ish. Actually, a lot of the pages are 4-coma. I must have just found one page that wasn't. It's adorable. It's about a princess who, like, exudes poison. She gets married to a human knight to try and bridge the gap and stop the fighting. And it's okay. He can, like, she manages to keep killing him because of a poison, but it's okay because he has an ability to just come back to life, and he is completely smitten by her. It's super adorable and cute and lovely. This was like a nice light read. I'd recommend if you like a wholesome, cute, adorable read. My Sister is a Cat Volume 2, the only volume I have. I bought it in the sale section, and because it's cats, I need to get the rest. I want to say it's actually complete now in English, so I just need to try and track the rest down, I think. Namikawa-san Won't Take a Licking, 3 and 4, $4.99 each in the sale section, and with a title like that I almost had to pick it up. It might be complete at 4 volumes reading the back. It's 4 or 5, it's a short series at least. I just need to get the earlier ones. But it looks like it's going to be a bad series and I'm here for it. Next we have Nana 18, bought in Forbidden Planet London. I'm not actually that far off completing the series wonderfully. I'm missing I think 4 volumes maybe. Unfortunately, which was what was a bit sad, was it has got the new, it must be a reprint because it's got the new prices on it at $8.99. What was lovely though was it went through the till at $6.99, so I don't know what happened with that. I assume just it's not updated or something. Anyway, just as like an FYI, it does look like the reprints are starting to hit shelves with new prices. Very, very sad. I'm glad that I did try to sweep up as much Viz as I could last year before it happened. There are still a few like odd volumes I'm missing. Like I said, I'm missing a few volumes in this. I'm missing a few random volumes of like World Trigger. There's another couple I think. For the most part, if I couldn't find it, it's stuff that needs a reprint anyway, like Natsume's Book of Friends, or I didn't really see many reprint volumes of Yu Hashiko. It's a shame, but I did get a whole bunch of other ones though. Just damn, seeing it like on a reprint hurt my soul. Next we have Neighborhood Story Volume 1, picked up in London. I did hold off picking it up because I'd seen a picture someone posted and the spine looked really thin. I don't know if it was just a trick of the light or whatever, but it looked way thinner than it actually is. It is quite chunky though, which isn't too bad, and it's got some real pretty French flaps, which is nice. It's an omni of some sort. I can't remember if it's a 2-in-1 or a 1.5-in-1, but it is some way an omni. Also doing rainbow covers, so obviously I need to pick it up. It just bummed me out a little that it is $19.99, which is quite a lot for a volume like this. I'd kind of thought it might be similar to like Alice in Borderland because it's not a hardcover, but I suppose the cover is a bit more reinforced than an Alice in Borderland, and it's got the flap. Does that really add £5 though? £4 actually. Yeah, because they're $15.99, that's $19.99. Still. I'm just cheap, okay. Next we have New Game Volume 10, which was the only volume of New Game I needed to complete my series, and I'm very smitten by the series because it has representation of what I do as a day-to-day job, including as a woman. A woman is doing the job I do. That is just so unheard of, just in general, let alone seeing representation in a manga series. I think it makes me extra sweet on the series than it actually is. I think it's okay. It's very light, it's a whole female cast, not much happens, but it's video games and development and testing and building the character models, and yeah, I do love it. It's more tricky to track down nowadays for some reason, which is a shame. I think I got this last one on Sci-Fi, I want to say, in my Manga Monday haul, can't remember. But it's complete and I'm so happy I can now finish the series. Obey Me Volume 1, and I've actually read it and I forgot to take the sticker off. I did unfortunately damage the volume a little bit when I packed it in my suitcase coming home. I didn't pack it very well, and the cover went a bit weird, unfortunately. As you can see. My bad. So this is based on a mobile game, I think of the same. I think as someone who has not played the mobile game and doesn't know anything about the mobile game, reading it just confused me a little bit. I don't think it was necessarily bad, I just didn't really follow what was happening. I also like that the main character is a sheep. Are you a sheep in the mobile game as well? Or is it just like a self-insert, this is you character? I just didn't really follow what was happening, and I wonder if just you needed some additional context of the mobile game to make it better. If you're a fan of the game, maybe you'd enjoy it more than I did. It's not like I didn't enjoy it, I was just a bit confused. I didn't really follow what was happening. Oh gosh, I can never pronounce this dang word. Omniscient. I keep wanting to put a P in there, there's no P in there. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint Volume 1, sent to me by Yen Press, though again I had also ordered my own copy, so that will be in the giveaway as well. This was really good. This was a really good read. It's about a guy who's read this insanely long light novel for many years, and it seems like he's the only one that's read the light novel because you can see how many readers a chapter has, and he appears to be the only one who has read it. And then as soon as he gets to the end of the last chapter, he gets an email from the author saying, "Thank you so much for all the support. You'll find something linked that'll be helpful." And then suddenly he's on the train, and, well, he was on the train, sorry, when he was reading it, and then suddenly on the train the lights go out and these, like, enemies start attacking. It gets a bit weird. And then he realises that actually this is exactly how the light novel that he read started. He starts to freak a little, tries to look at the light novel again, but it's been taken down, he can't look at it anymore. And then he looks in the email that he got, and actually there is attached a text file with the whole light novel in it. And yeah, it sort of, this light novel that he's read just sort of starts to happen. And he kind of starts to use that light novel reader knowledge to predict what's going to happen, make things okay, survive, more or less. It is a bit dark, it's a little gruesome. I really enjoyed it. This is my kind of thing. I need Ben to read it as a light novel reader so we can understand the power of light novels. But I look forward to more of that one. On or off 4. I got this secondhand. This has been a bit tricky to find for some reason. I got it secondhand for £10. And it's a pretty decent nick, I'm quite happy with it. There's a couple of nicks on the corners. I read my volume 1 on the train down to London, which I do realise in hindsight was a little bit of a mistake. I didn't remember it being that explicit. I was sat in the corner by the window, like, opening it like... I was opening it like... make sure I've got a... I was opening it like this, and then doing this to try and read, because I was like, shit, I don't want anyone to see that happening. I really enjoyed it, so I was quite keen to try and track down volume 4 as soon as I got home from the trip, and I did, and here it is, secondhand, woo! I did get a bit confused because everywhere I looked online said complete at 4, Tokyo Pop seemed to only have 4 volumes, and then in the back it says volume 5 preview, and I was like, oh, okay. And a number of people have mentioned to me that there is still more chapters and there will be a volume 5, So I'm just like, what's wrong with Tokyo Pop then? Hey ho, I'll be able to read 2, 3, and 4 together, which will be nice because I did quite enjoy it. That's also a really nice purple, don't you think? One more step, come stand by my side. Bear with me. I'm upside down compared to this. This is a one-shot sent to me by Yen Press. I personally wasn't much of a fan. These sort of things tend to not be my kind of deal-a-rooney. I didn't even realise it was a collection of one-shot chapters until I got to the end of the first one, and then I went to the next chapter and I was like, what's happened? I'm not quite sure what the theme across all of them was. A few of the moments we share with these characters brought to life in a collection of 7 short stories. What will become of them? There were 1 or 2 I kind of liked. There was one where a stalker's broken into this lady's apartment and she's tied him up and they're waiting for the police to arrive and they kind of just have a few minutes to talk between them and she's like, okay, and why? And he's like, I don't know. That one I weirdly kind of liked. Some of them I really didn't like. I think it's probably just differing opinions. Just these tend to not be my kind of thing. I understand that that's... I don't think it was bad, just not for me, if that makes sense, in terms of like, if anyone else is interested in trying it themselves. I don't want to put you off it because I didn't like it, because I don't think they were bad, they just this isn't my kind of thing, overly. I can't believe it, but we're on the next stack. We're on stack 5 of 6, and to start it off, we have One Piece 104. I'm sorry about the lighting. I need to do some practicing, I think. One Piece 104. This was an amazing volume. This is probably one of my favourite volumes in a little while now. I think I gave it a 10 out of 10. It was great. It kind of starts to wrap up the Wano arc, which I didn't expect. And there were some right banger chapters in there. Damn, it was really good. I'm trying to make Ben read it, but he's like, no, I'm reading light novels at the moment. I'm like, no, you have to read this volume, Ben, you have to read this volume. And it's so sad we've got a while till volume 105. This is another one that is now $8.99, but went through at $7.99, ha ha ha. So the first 3 $8.99 volumes I think I saw were this one, My Hero, and Demon Slayer. Nana I think I picked up when I went back to London, so this was before Christmas. I assume because they're like bigger popular series, they sell quicker, they probably got them out sooner, maybe? Not sure, but this was an excellent volume. What a wonderful volume. Next we have got the Orange box set, 1 to 7. Now, I do own the Omnis, and I am very much a person who has repeatedly said, I don't really want duplicates, I don't want to have multiple types of the same series because I don't overly see the point all the time. I like to just have one to read. I don't really want one for like decoration. Saying that, I did pick up all the Zelda Legendary Editions, but we'll scoot over that. However, I am very much a prefer singles over omnis kind of person. As I've said a couple of times, I like to hold my book, and it's harder to hold it in one hand if it's an omnibus, unfortunately. And so I did see this and I do like it, and I was umming and ahhing, and then for some reason, no idea why, it popped up on Amazon for like £26. I think this RRP is like 70? It's $80, so it's probably going to be like £72, I want to say. It was £26 on Amazon. We went crazy in the Discord. Even people were like, I'm not sure if I'm interested in Orange, but at £26 for the box set, I might as well. Yes, and it actually, a whole bunch of us were like skeptical, will it actually arrive, is it a glitch or something? And I haven't opened the plastic wrap yet, so let's do that now. And it did arrive. It did arrive. It came for all of us. I think everyone got that. I think one person might have gotten a damaged one, but they might have been able to get a replacement. I've noticed that sometimes just randomly Amazon will discount stuff for a really weirdly low price. My assumption, my guess with no like concrete evidence is just they have so much stock and they're trying to just get some shifted and then it goes back up, or it could just been a mistake. But a whole bunch of people managed to grab it, so if you remember to join the Discord if you're interested in deals, because I mean we always are sharing deals, and that's where I found out and a whole bunch of other people found out. There were like 15 of us that picked up this box set for the £26, which is crazy. I'll give away my Omnis probably. What's in here? Oh, they're postcards. Can I get this open? Let's have a quick gander. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that one's nice. Oh, that one's cute. Some of those are really nice. I'm a bit weirdly dubious about the series because of how much I didn't like a series by the same mangaka, which was Dreaming Sun. I do not like Dreaming Sun, so I'm a bit nervous to try Orange, but with a nice box set, I think this is as good a time as any. These are quite nice. I am quite happy with these. Dang. So this includes the To You Dear One and Future. I'm not sure if I'll keep them in the box yet, but yeah, very happy with that, especially for £26. That was crazy. Then we have Persona 5 Volume 11. I'm a bit behind on reading these now. It has been weird reading it as a video game that I have played, but at least it's got stuff I think from Royal, which I haven't played, so there's like new content in it. But seeing how they like depict a palace in a manga form is always a bit weird. I mean, it's the same I think with other video game manga adaptations like the Zelda series, seeing how they adapt the dungeons and stuff, because obviously having them go in for the dungeon for how long you are in the game is just going to be a really boring read, so they kind of speed it up a little bit or change how it works, which is always just a bit weird to read. Fun, but weird. Phantom of the Idol Volume 6 sale for £4.99. I think this was actually the next volume I needed in the series, so it was excellent to see it in the sale section. It's an okay read, it's kind of wholesome, cute, it's fine. Hulse Volume 1, picked it up on World of Books. I have 2 and 4, so I need 3 to at least complete the gap, but I think there's like 5 or 6. I believe it is a GL manhwa. It is full colour. It is normally plastic wrapped, but this one isn't because I bought it second hand. It was, I think, £9, I think. I want to read it because, like, I was trying to think what GL manhwa do I have, and I realised I had this, but I've still not read it. Qualia the Purple, I think this is a one-shot. It is chunky, and I got it for £11, which isn't too bad considering its RRP is like, yeah, 22 or something, so it's half price. I'd seen some mixed opinions on it, but I was interested in trying it, I guess. Queen's Quality 18, staying up to date. I still am only read up to like volume 3 or 6 of the series. I need to catch up. This one was still £7.99 at least. Rainbow Days Volume 7. These are coming out faster than I can read them as well. At least we've got the nice rainbow squares on the spines. I'm enjoying that. Ramen Wolf and Curry Tiger Volume 2 in the sale section, £6.50. It looks cute. I still need to read my Volume 1, but I am always keen on series with food in them. Oh, that looks cute. Reborn as a Polar Bear, The Legend of How I Became a Forest Guardian 6. And it was £2, which is probably how much it is actually worth. It's not a very good isekai, it's a bit gross. Plastic wrapping is concerning. I'm now up to date, I think, unless 7 has sneakily come out without me realising. Yeah, I'm not sure I could recommend this series in good conscience. Reborn to Master the Blade, From Hero King to Extraordinary Squire, Volume 1, given to me by Yum Press. I read that upside down. Go me. This is about a, like, as it said, Hero King, which I think might be this guy, wants a more peaceful life to try and just practice his sword training, and he is reincarnated as this young girl. I don't know why that's quite a common trope of just old men being reincarnated or changing into young girls. It happens more often than I realise. Like, I can think of like 3 or 4 series off the top of my head, which is wild. It's very strange. It's okay. It's fine. It's not outstanding, but it's okay. Requiem of the Rose King Volume 5. So I am now to a point where I only need 1 volume to complete the series, and it's Volume 3, which everyone seems to be hunting for, unfortunately. Hey ho, got it secondhand for a decent price. I was just really happy to get one of the ones I've been looking for ages. Rooster Fighter Volume 5. Enjoy the series, but I've not yet read the volume. I have no idea if it's complete or reaching completion yet. I wonder how, because there is like actually some story. It's not just him running around punching things. I wonder how long it'll go for. Next we have a chunk of volumes. Rose Gun's Days Season 1, 1 and 4, Rose Gun Days Season 2, 2 and 3, and Season 3, 2 and 3. Again, in lead sale section at £3.50 a volume. Don't know anything about it, just grabbed it cause, yeah, I was on a bit of a binge at that point. I'd grabbed so much stuff, I was like, why not a few more? I think each one has like 4 or 3 volumes in each of them, so it's actually a decent way through, I think. Next we have Sakamoto Days Volume 10, staying up to date, but I'm behind on the series. This one and Jujutsu Kaisen are 2 I really want to try and catch up on, because, well, first off, I don't want to see spoilers on Twitter. Why is Twitter always full of spoilers? I've done pretty good so far. I also want to see more about where the story's heading, because it didn't feel overly like it was, like, there was a massive amount of story to continue on from, so I just want to read more and see. Sakurusaku Volume 1. This is by the same mangaka as Love Me Not, Ahara Ride, Strobe Edge, Iosaki Saki series, and this is the new one. And it's about a girl who experienced someone doing a good deed for her, and it's kind of changed her outlook on life about trying to do good deeds herself. And she's always wanted to try and thank the person, but she's never been able to, like, find him, I guess. It has that, like, typical slight cringe that all the other series tend to have. So far there wasn't, like, a huge amount of romance, I guess, which I suppose helped a little compared to the other ones, which just sort of dived straight in, like, instant, oh my god, I want to be with him. I think I need to give it a couple more volumes to see what I really think. So far, Love Me Not is my favourite of the lot. But I think over the years, having read more high school romance, they're just not as much of my favourite kinds anymore. They're still very, very pretty. This is a very pretty cover. I do like that, and I like the sort of watercolour style that this mangaka has. They're always really nice to look at. Next we have The Secret of Friendship, and I think this is a one-shot. I was a bit bummed because I got home and then I saw it on World of Books for cheaper than 3 for 2. How crazy and annoying is that? I haven't read it yet. I don't know anything about it, but I might read it in my, like, volume one volume, one-shot binge day. The Shuinji Family Children Volume 1, sent to me by Yen Press. This is the same manga as Rent a Girlfriend, and god damn, it is so questionable and concerning. It's just so weird. It's about a group of 7 children who learn that actually they're all adopted and they're not actually related, which just sort of turns into a lot of the female sisters saying to this, this guy, that, well, if we're not related, that means dating is fine, right? And it's like, no, what, how, why, what part of you is like, oh yeah, let's date now that we find out just now that we're not actually siblings or blood related? They're still siblings, they're just not blood related, which is still really, really weird and gross. I don't know, but like, I've already seen this volume pop up in a lot of sale sections in different manga stores, so I don't know if that says something about it as well. Bit weird. Slam Dunk Volume 5. I believe for this one I need one more volume of Slam Dunk before I'm complete with the series, which is excellent. And I got it at $3.99 in a sale section. Very happy. But I keep being told that this will ruin all other sports manga for me, so I should read all my other sports manga before I read Slam Dunk, which will take ages. Slow Life in Another World, I Wish Volume 5. I have quite a few gaps now because I did not think this was a very good isekai. It was really gross, but I picked it up because it was in the sale section and I was being very frivolous when I was in London. It's gross, it's weird, I'm not sure I'd recommend it. It's not a good isekai. Next we have 2 volumes of So Cute It Hurts, Volume 8 and 9, both gotten on World of Books for about £5 each. I have actually got a surprising number of volumes for the series, considering it's very hard to find and out of print. I am like 4 or 5 away from being complete, which just feels wild. I just keep checking every now and again, just one will pop up and I can grab it. But it is very slow. I've been collecting this series for many years now. We are on the last stack. It is quite a tall stack, but there are big chunks of series, so it might not be too bad. Let's get through it. We have Spy Family Family Portrait. I had not realised this was a light novel, so it needs to swap to the light novel spreadsheet and also go on Ben's shelves, not that Ben knows it yet. Spell of Desire 2 and 3 bought in the Forbidden Planet sale section at $1.99 each. I'm amused that volume 3 is like plastic wrapped by the publisher, but volume 2 has been plastic wrapped by Forbidden Planet. That tickles me for some reason. I think it's like 5 volumes or something, but it is very out of print, so I don't know if I'll be able to find the rest of them. Then we have Strike the Blood 5 to 10. I think it's complete at 10 volumes. Yes, it is complete at 10 volumes, so I just need to find the first 4 to complete it. There is a light novel that I've started picking up for Ben, but it is very hard to find. This was also sale section, as you can see. Sun Dummy Milky Way 5 and 6. I am not a massive fan of the series. I think it's really, really gross and degrading to women. But there were £3 each in the sale section and also in the 3 for 2, so that was like the kind of price I was willing to go for. I'm not really sure I'd willingly pay more than that, to be fair. Suppose a Kid from the Last Dungeon Boonies moved to a Starter Town Volume 6. Got this on World of Books for I think £5, which was great because it's the next volume in the series I need. It's a wonderful, silly, amusing fantasy series. I recommend. It also has a light novel. Square Enix though, so unfortunately a bit more pricey, and the light is saying no, you can't look at that. Sword Art Online Progressive, Barry Call of Froth, Volume 1. So I'm not sure if this continues on from the Progressive series, the manga, which just without the title, I'm not sure if it continues straight on from that. It's been a long while. I got this secondhand for like £3 something. Sword Art Online volumes always pop up secondhand. Like all of Ben's Sword Art Online light novels have been pretty much bought secondhand. I did quite like Progressive, so I was excited that it did actually continue on, because the last volume of Progressive kind of ended with like a and then they continued on with their adventures, and it's like, damn you! Tale of Outcast Volume 1, sale section for £5.50. I've been really wanting to read this series, but it's just, I didn't want to pay full price or retail or 3 for 2. And I do keep seeing it popping up in sale sections. I think I have like 1 of 4 now. So progress, slow progress. At least I could read a volume if I wanted. Tamon's B-Side Volume 2. I really liked Volume 1. I'm really enjoying my like High School Romance with Idols series at the moment. This unfortunately is an $8.99 volume, and they did actually charge me $8.99, which is a right bummer. How dare they? Hey ho, never mind. I knew this day would happen, but still. Though I am an inept villainess, the tale of the butterfly rat body swap in the Maiden Court Volume 4. I really enjoyed this volume. It kind of wrapped up the first arc of the series. I didn't realise that the series were going to continue on after this arc concluded, but it very much does so. There was a whole bunch of stuff that happens afterwards, and I'm really looking forward to it. I was worried that this might drag out and start to get a bit boring and dull, but they didn't drag it out, and I like how it's happened. I'm surprised myself with how much I liked it. I'm looking forward to more. Next we have today's Cerberus 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm missing 1 more volume before this series is complete. These were in the sale section at $3.99. Later volumes can be a bit faffy to find. I haven't started reading it. I did initially pick it up because of the rainbow on the spine, but I'm happy that I'm almost complete now. Trapped in a Dating Sim, The World of Otome Games is Tough for Mobs, Volume 8. In the sale section for £6. I think the last like 3 or 4 volumes of this series I've picked up in Forbidden Planet London sale section. So I'm kind of holding off picking them up anywhere else at this point. I think it's an okay series. It's a fun isekai. It's not, again, amazing, but it's fine. I've got the light novels for Ben, and Ben's quite liked it. It's like Otomege meets Mecha, really. Triage X 16, 17, and 18, all in the Forbidden Planet Leads sale section. It's an okay series. I don't really get the hype. Lots of volumes are very out of print and people pay crazy prices, and I'm not going to do that. I refuse. Trinity 7, 3, 10, 12, and 13. All again, I think, were in the sale section. I did decide to start picking the series up because I did like the rainbow on the spines. I think I've bought a bunch secondhand, which I'll find out when I actually get around to doing that secondhand unboxing. And then I can start reading. Hopefully I have a clear run. We started a threesome Volume 1. It is, as it says in the title, it is about these 3 people who are a throuple. Is that the word? Or are there three lot of them? It's a little weird. It's about people judging their relationship and them being happy regardless. It's okay. It is a little weird still. I only say it's weird because I feel like this guy doesn't feel entirely comfortable in the whole thing, but loves her too much, and it just feels a bit sad at points. I saw the cover of Volume 2, it's very, very explicit. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun Volume 3, got this on sale at Blackwell's. I bought like up to however many volumes are out for my birthday, and I've binged them all, and I really love the series. Binging them was so much fun. I love the humour, it's so silly. I can't wait for Volume 6 to come out, and yeah. I can't remember exactly what happened in Volume 3 because I read 2 to 5 like back to back, but I really enjoyed it. I would recommend it. Welcome to the Ballroom 11, bought from World of Books for probably £5-6. Mostly buying this secondhand at this point. It's a pricey series at $12.99 RRP, and I'm not paying that. So yeah, I do want to read more. I quite like my Volume 1, just waiting for more secondhand copies. Yo, nah. Oh my god. Don't look in the light. Next we have When I Became a Commoner, They Broke Off Our Engagement Volume 1. This was so weird. It's about 2 baby girls who get swapped at Yuna. It's about 2 baby girls who get swapped at birth, and this girl never really felt like she fit in with her family. Wrong-coloured hair, doesn't have the same magical abilities. And she learns from like a fairy, a pixie or whatever that actually, yeah, she was swapped at birth, but she ends up not telling anyone because that's not yours. She ends up not telling anyone because she likes her family and wants to stay. And then the ending gets a bit weird when they find the other girl. Yeah, it's really weird. I need to read more, I think, to understand the reaction of the families, I guess. Wicked Trapper Volume 3. This is a very questionable series. There are some very, very dark themes, especially in the second volume. Yuna, stop doing that with the... Yuna! Oh my god, cat. Very questionable themes. I'm not sure I can recommend it. It's... yeah. Yeah. Don't chew it. Witch of Thistle Castle Volume 2. This is actually, I think, one of my last outstanding pre-orders on Forbidden Planet because I managed to pre-order it for like £5. They're very, very thin, which is a shame. Though I do think they actually pop up in 3 for 2s in Forbidden Planet London, which is interesting. I don't know why. I think it's the same with Ablaze. A Titan and Ablaze related in some way. Don't know. I haven't read my copies yet, though. Wolf Girl and Black Prince 4. I love this trash romance. Romance, probably in quotes, to be fair. It is very toxic. Both characters are terrible people, and I love it. Sometimes I just like reading about a relationship that is just terrible. It's boring, I think, sometimes if they always go really, really well, and a Sunshine and Daisies. Yeah. So in terms of like toxic relationships, I like this one. World Trigger Volume 2, bought second hand. Very happy with this because now I can actually like start reading the series if I so choose. I think the next one I'm missing is Volume 10. I got this for a good price. It's a little battered. I tried to clean it up a bit. I think it actually, yeah, I think it was a library copy. It's got one of those like plastic, like full stickers. But I actually kind of like them because I think they make it more sturdy. Does need more of a clean though. World's Finest Assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. 4, found in the sale section, and it's the next volume I need in the series. It's an average isekai. It's not amazing. I do enjoy it again, and it's, yeah, always nice to find series you're collecting in the sale section. Same with the next volume, World's Strongest Rearguard Volume 5. Same again, £6 in the sale section. Next one I needed. It's an average isekai. It's okay. I'm not sure I'd recommend it. Yakuza Lover Volume 11. I think we have one more volume until the series is complete. This was quite a sad volume where, spoiler, 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 her family kind of find out that she is dating someone from the Yakuza. And they're like, you can't do that. And she's like, you can't stop me. And then there's just all this drama with the family. And it's really sad to read and upsetting and really, yeah, down. I wonder how it'll wrap up in one more volume. No idea. No idea. Final volume on this haul is Yona of the Dawn 40. I picked it up in London. I'm staying up to date. I really want to try and read Yona this year. I just need to get on it. My initial plan was to do a volume a week, and I have so far failed. But that's fine, because I do have some leeway considering there's 40 volumes and 52 weeks in the year and all that. There is 52 weeks in the year? Yes, there is. Oh my gosh, I'm getting tired. But I'm still staying up to date. That's a very pretty cover though, isn't it? The Yuna's bum. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Here is a cat tummy while we do this closing. Remember to like and subscribe for lots of manga content. Check out my channel memberships for early access. It's 99p a month. Check out the Dudette Discord. Use code CakeTins at Sci-Fi for 10% off. She is licking my hand. I am so hungry. I'm sorry if I rushed some of the last volumes just because I really want to go get some food. And also Yuna started kicking the table and eating my lamp. I'm going to try and get some more videos filmed. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know in the comments what you thought. Otherwise, have the most wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You say bye-bye, Yuna. Bye-bye.